Hi, as many of you know, my name is John Botts, and on March 1st this year, my wife Heather passed away from what has been called critical heart failure. I wanted to post this video to answer several of the questions that I've been asked and to let you know how you can help me and my children. First, I'd like to say that we do not have a cause of death. And when that is released, I will be speaking to family members only. If they choose to share that, it's up to them. I won't be sharing it with anyone. If you would like to contact me to find out for yourself, I would choose the date 2025. That's a good time to contact me about that. Also, I wanted to let people know what we're going to be doing in regards to Heather's memory. I have big plans. And finally, I wanted you to know that humor is my method of coping with my wife's death. It's always been my method for dealing with anything. And in her passing, I have found that it's like a warm blanket, and it suits me very well. If there are things that you don't think are funny, I understand. But this is who I am, and this is my way. And I hope that you will stay tuned between now and the anniversary of Heather's passing as I share with you her life, the things we would have found amusing, and I hope that you'll help me prepare things for Chloe and Jordan. The first thing I wanted to mention to you was what her sorority has prepared. Many of you have seen the GiveForward campaign that was shared on my Facebook wall and on Heather's. I've been aware of that since the beginning, and as of the posting of this video, I am now involved as a team leader or team captain. There have been many questions about the validity of this. It is valid. It is started by ladies that many of you will never know. They're all over the country. Heather had an excellent reputation in school. As a matter of fact, when Heather was a student at Duquesne, she became very concerned about spiritual things, and she asked to take time off. According to what my wife told me, there is no record of Duquesne University ever allowing a student to take a one-year hiatus from the pharmacy program. She went to Northland Baptist Bible College, she came to know Christ as her Savior, and she went back to finish her degree. She made lots of friends in college. These ladies reached out to me. They started this campaign. You may have seen it. It is connected to me. The money is being used for Chloe and Jordan. I wanted to ask your help with it in a very specific way. Most of you who are connected to me are also believers. And there's two types of us believers. One group says everything they need to say to not be involved. It usually involves, bless your heart, we're praying for you, and then they just kind of fade away. Or they send you chocolate-covered strawberries, which were great, by the way. I loved them. The other group is the group that I just assume all of you are in. It's the group that says, I'm going to help. And what that help looks like, whether it's chocolate-covered strawberries, or you help with this campaign, or you pray for me and you let me know that you're praying for me. I'm wonderful with all of that, and I'm very grateful for it. If you would like to help with the GiveForward campaign, you can go to it, make a donation. You can remain anonymous. Your gift can remain anonymous as well. What I'm going to do with this campaign is something that I think will help my children put their mother's life into the proper context. I was in the 8th grade, and I was in South Carolina at my granddad's lake house, and he set me down. I've told many of my relatives many of the things my granddad told me, but I don't think they should be posted online. That was for my brother Mark. My granddad said to me, John, you are in the 8th grade, and next year you need to be very serious about preparing for college. I probably got a 45-minute lecture. What was amusing about it was about 2 days later, I got the same lecture from my grandmother. They were educators, had taught for 30, 35 years each. It was a very serious matter to them. When my children reach that age, they're going to get the same lecture. Only when they get that lecture, they're going to be shown the names of all the people who have helped them prepare for college. And it may seem over the top to you, and by then you'll probably have forgotten about it. But they're going to reach out to you, and they're going to share with you their gratitude as best they can. I would like you to participate in it, make a donation, or I would like for you to help me share the campaign. The best way to share it on Facebook is usually between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m., 2 or 3 times a week. It may seem excessive. If you stretch out my wife's network, it's probably about 3,500, 4,500 friends. And yes, we will all see it posted many times if you choose to help in that way. I don't think it's too much to ask. The campaign has a deadline. There are roughly 60 days left on it from the time this video is posted. The second thing I'd like to ask you is that you go with me in a journey of honoring Heather's memory. There will be several videos posted this year. Megan Kelly's film crew, they probably won't be with me the entire time because someone has to put up with her. I don't know how the rest of America does it, but apparently they're capable of it. And I'll have someone helping me film these things, putting together a music video for her birthday, a music video for our anniversary, a video to honor the 1-year anniversary of her passing. And all of these things are being done really to create memories that my children need. You see, I have all the memories I need. My children are 4 and 7 this year. There is a very good chance that they are going to forget their mother. I've had a very good friend reach out to me and explain that her mother passed when she was 12. And it always bothered her that people stopped talking about her. And she wishes she had more memories of her mother from the people that knew her. That's where you come in. I am going to prepare a journal about my wife's life for Chloe and Jordan. Actually, you're going to prepare it. All of you who know my wife, and you know anything about her, any story from high school, any story from college, any story from here in Knoxville, like when she locked her keys in the van and needed a ride home and I didn't answer the phone, or when she got into a different van entirely but couldn't start the van, and she had already buckled in the children and then realized she was in the wrong van. Those are great stories. Many of you know my children, and as you've seen this unfold, you've thought about things you want to say to them. What would you want someone to say to your children if they were going through this? What would you want them to say about you? And I would like for you to utilize the private messaging side on my wife's Facebook account and to write things to Chloe, to write things to Jordan. I would also like you to write things specifically to Heather's parents and to my parents. There are friends of hers in town who are going to help me put this journal together. They'll make it lovely. And I'm going to give it to my children at Christmas. These videos are also going to be included. All the Facebook postings that I do between the 1st of May and the end of the year relevant to my relationship with Heather and my thoughts on her life and her passing will be included in the journal. The only thing that I ask you to do is that you not try to give a reason for her passing. I don't mean to offend, but if someone's going to explain why this happened, I think that should be me. My children are fine. They're dealing with this in a very matter-of-fact sort of way. They're happy. I attribute that to our family and to our faith community. So, if you'd like to help me with this journal, I'd love to have your help. Nothing submitted after September 1st will be placed in the journal. I hope that you will take part in this. I want my children to have the memories of their mother that they're not going to have unless you help me. I'll do the best I can. My family has put together photo albums for them, but they need to know who she was. I can tell them everything I knew, you can tell them everything else. So we've spoken about the GiveForward program and about the journal. The last thing I'd like to speak to you about are the videos I mentioned earlier. There will be several of these that are posted over the course of the year, leading up to a video that will be posted in honor of her life on the anniversary of her passing. I probably won't have Megyn Kelly's film crew for all of these. It's a little disappointing, but she's kind of a diva, so I can't have them all the time. No, I can't. But I do have friends helping me put these videos together. When the journal is produced and given to the family members, that will be filmed and that will be posted as well, so that you can also take joy in knowing that you have helped give my children a well-rounded picture of their mother. I hope that you'll take this seriously, put some thought into the things you would say. I'd like to talk to you also about the postings that I'll be doing when I can emotionally stand to start doing them. I've thought about many things that I would like to say in regards to Heather's passing. And just to remind you, I make jokes about everything. That's my thing. And I mean, it can be your thing too, but it's just kind of my thing. We'll share it. I'm going to say things between now and the memorial that I know she would find funny, like me doing this video in a shirt that she didn't particularly care for. She would find that funny. She'd mention it in about 2 weeks and say, "You did that video so well, but you didn't wear one of the shirts I bought. What's wrong with you?" And then she would make some crack about how my second wife will put up with it. There's going to be a lot of second wife jokes. Those were her jokes. There's other things about how no one should be forced to watch The Voice with their wife. But if you rub your wife's feet, she'll fall asleep, and you can switch over to that other program that all men want to watch. It was on Nova about how to drive nails into your own head. They're comparable programs. Things like that she thought was funny. There'll be other things that you may think are wildly inappropriate. But she was my wife. It was our life, and I want to share all the humor there was in it. If you'd like to help me with these things, I hope that you'll just dive in and do it. The GiveForward program is for my children to prepare for college. The journal is for you and I to help my children have a well-rounded picture of their mother. The videos are for all of us to share in a life that went much further than the county line. And the postings, that's just my way of grieving and sharing how much I loved her and sharing the things that I don't laugh about anymore because she's not here. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. I ask that you share it across our mutual network, and I hope that you'll take part in these things. Thank you very much.